Welcome back, guys. We just finally pulled out this beautiful 1976 Mini Winnie from a bug shop, Volkswagen Beetle shop. It's right here. It's called the Bug Shack in Ventura. Unfortunately, the owner passed away recently, suddenly, so they're liquidating everything. And one of the things was this RV. We got it out, but as soon as we couldn't get it out because the two wheels in the front were locked up because it'd been sitting for about 15, 17 years. So I was about to use my Series 3, Land Rover Series 3 to yank it out of there, put some pull on it, see if I can break the seal on the brake drums and the rotors in the front, and the infamous shifter breakage happened on my Series 3. Literally just pulling it out of there, and I put it in first, from reverse into first, and snap. I got held with my the shifter. Luckily, a buddy of mine, Peter, that had a shop for a long time, he gave me this thing and told me to carry it. I knew what he meant when he told me that. And so this one is pretty rad. It'd been cut off. I don't know why it was cut off, but it was perfect for me because I was able to put it in my Pelican box. I mean, I can drive it without the knob on the top to get me home. But somebody did a pretty genius invention on this one. So it broke off, and they welded this sleeve, or this sleeve, and then they bolted onto the ball this shifter, which is pretty genius. So I'll probably end up doing the same to that one. And it broke right at the top. So if you have one of these Land Rovers, make sure you have a spare one of these with you. You know, if you don't carry the whole base, at least carry the ball. But it'll be hard to do on the trail because you gotta press in the spring in there. So I would just carry it as an assembly like this. So I just took out the floorboards, and I'm getting ready to change this out. So in a few minutes, I just gotta pop out those locking tabs and put this back in and get on the road. But unfortunately, from rescuing one vehicle, we're now rescuing another one. It never ends, but that's the fun of it. If you're not fixing something, you're not having fun, and if it's too easy, it's not quite an adventure. So anyhow, guys, I gotta get this going because sun's about to set, so I gotta hurry up. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Carry your spare shifter. You never know when that thing might strike. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, here's the a week later after that fiasco with the shifter, and I am putting it back together, but I'm gonna have to order from Rover North the handle, the entire shifter that broke. Right, so this is not a paid sponsorship by any means by Rover North, but Rover North has given me great service. And talk to Zach at Rover North. He's awesome. He'll help you out a lot with any questions you may have. So I got the shifter, so I gotta order it, right? So it's gonna take maybe a week or so. I gotta go take a trip during the week down to San Diego. So during the week, so it was a little bit of a pain to drive it a little short, but it got me home. I drove it through the week. It was a little bit difficult, but I got through. So that shifter, I'm gonna order 2 of those shifters, and I'm gonna focus here. You guys can pause it, and you can find all these part numbers at the Rover North website. But if you want to pause it and look at the numbers here, it'll be probably good help. but all this is available on their website. So what I did is I took it out again, and the broken shifter from the original one that broke, I cut it off here. I welded the piece all the way through. This is not going to be my new spare. Just to, it's really worn out. This is the one that broke, and you can see that it's worn out. This one's worn out. This one's still good, but obviously it's no good up here. So I have 3 other Land Rovers. So what I was thinking is that this one that broke, I'm gonna convert it to something like this, but I need to tap it and do that whole thing. That might take a while. So what I decided to do right now is just weld this extension. This is going to be a good spare for the usable piece for the week. And then what I'll do is during the week, I'm gonna hopefully I have time to just make a little mini shifter here, another spare for another one of my Land Rovers. So if in case I get another bind, I have a spare to go. I guess you could change them every 50,000 miles. I don't know what's fair on these things. Nonetheless though, I'm gonna get a new one. I'm gonna get another one make another one that's spare with all these spare pieces here. It'll be short, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be, the shorter the better, it's easier to store. So if you make it shorter, yeah, it's uncomfortable to drive, but it won't take that much. In the case that you ever need to use it, it'll get you home, and it'll be uncomfortable to shift, but you won't need to resort to a tow truck. So I'm gonna make a little short shifter. Maybe I'll get 10 horsepower out of it or something, or 25. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think I'll get more horsepower out of it? So one of the things you got to be careful when you're replacing the shifter, when you get a new one from Rover North, make sure you take a look at these set screws. Sorry for the dirty hands. I don't have these model hands. Anyhow, look at these set screws. So this is the one that was, let me put it down so you guys can see it better and not get distracted by my dirty hands. Okay, so you can see the set screw that was originally on the spare unit. It's actually worn out as well. This is the one that came off with a good shifter that just broke, and it's a full, and it makes a right here, it sets the screw here, and then it keeps this from shifting around and rotating. So this is very important. I was driving around, it was getting hard for me to put into gears, especially in reverse, because there's too much slop. So make sure you either check it or buy a new one of these set screws. This one, I took it out of this one that broke. I took the good one off, and I'm gonna drop it over here so I can get around town with less slop on the shifter. So yeah, that's gonna be the final closeout to this video. Yeah, so I did a welding on both sides. It's a lot of welding, but right here somebody turned the knob on my gas, so it was buttering a lot. But I just try to cover a nice wide, and I did it, and as soon as I did this side, I right away was doing this side back and forth. I kept going back and forth to keep the heat consistent, and I was getting better penetration on this side once it was the whole bar was really warm. So it's not the prettiest, it'll be good enough. I think it won't break in the next week or so, but this is not going to be in one of my, probably put this one in the ambulance where I have more space, and this one I'll probably put in my Series 3 now after I get the new one from Rover North. Don't forget to buy the knob, and which is number 2 and number 3. The number 3 is the bushing, so you can't put on that shifter if you don't have that bushing. The other thing is that you gotta take note, be careful, is there's a left-hand version and a right-hand version of the shifter. So make sure you get this if you're left-hand. Got a left hand, and in right hand you get this one. Same thing on the what was it? No, there was no other one. The only ones were done different knobs. There was 2 different knobs. I think this is the earlier version knob, which was, you know, more mushroom shape, and that's the Series 3 knob, which is rounded, a sphere. So make sure you check that off. Bushing, there's other little parts that you can get. They're all in the website. Some of the numbers are there. So just inspect your item. Don't forget these what do you call these tabs, locking tabs, because this one, when I got home, to get me home, I just put them in without the screws, and in 3-4 days it was already loose. So make sure you get these locking tabs. I wouldn't use Loctite, because in the middle of the, you know, if you're doing a road or, you know, trail repair, you're gonna have a bugger trying to get these out. So just go ahead and just get the locking tabs, and you'll be set on that. So hope this was help, and if you think you learned something from it, please give it a like, comment. I'd like to hear what you guys think, especially if you think I'll get more horsepower out of the shorter shifter, you know. But anyhow, catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day and good weekend, or whatever day you're watching this, and we'll see you soon.